Okay, good evening, guys. How are you doing today? Good evening, online. Good evening. Hope everyone are doing good. Okay, so so yesterday we have completed the overview of the topics, correct? Overview of the services, correct? And today we need to do the deep dive on which service? IAM. So let us take today IAM and then we'll do the deep dive. Before going to that, let me ask few questions on IAM so that what we know a little bit, on top of it, we'll go the deeper. Okay, so there are mainly two types of users. What are those? Root user and then IAM user. So root, who has full permissions? Root user. Who has limited permissions? IAM user. Okay. And so if I want to give the permissions to others, let's say I have my own root account, root user, root account, and I want to give the permissions to others. So what I need to create in my account? Users. What users are those? IAM users. And can we give permissions to IAM users? Yes. So I think whatever I ask the questions, you will answer for sure. So let us start. Online, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? So today, let's go with IAM deep dive. Okay, so do you all know that IAM is used for security purpose? Do you agree with that? So IAM is also, if someone asks you, can you give me one of the AWS security service? Then what is one of the service that you can say is IAM? What is the full form of IAM? Identity and access management. What's that? Identity and access management. So IAM is used for security purpose. With IAM, can you control the entire AWS centrally? Yes or no? With IAM, you can control entire AWS, what? Resources centrally. So if you want to control all the AWS resources, you can control it through the IAM. So mainly we have two types of users. What are those? Root user, IAM user. And root user has full permissions. And IAM user has limited permissions. Chitty, can we say here permissions are nothing but policies? Permissions, we can call it as permissions or we can call it as policies. Both are same. You can also call it as permissions or you can call it also policies. And one important, and you like this most. IAM is completely free. IAM is free. IAM is free. So AWS will not charge even a single paisa for your IAM service. So whatever you can do, whatever you do on IAM is completely free. Happy? One of the free service from AWS. And that too, see, whenever you create IAM users, that IAM users for all the regions or not? For that meaning here, IAM is global or regional? That is a certification question. IAM is global and IAM is free. IAM is free. With IAM user, what we can do? We can log into the AWS console. Agree? No, no. With IAM user, what we can do? We can log into the AWS console. Yes. So you have your root account, right? What do we do with the root account? You log into the AWS console. With IAM user also, what you do? You log into the AWS console. But can you tell me, with IAM username and password, can you log into the EC2 instance? No. Remember, answer is no. With IAM user, you can only log into the AWS console. That's it. It is just access to AWS. And whatever the resources that you create inside have the separate credentials. Let's say you have launched one EC2 instance. EC2 instance has its own username and password. No, it will has its own username and password. Is that your IAM username and password? No, IAM username password is only to use to log into the AWS console. Remember that. So using IAM user, what we do, Nana? We can log into the AWS console. Let us create few IAM users here. Okay, give some names. We'll give the names. Darren has become celebrity now. Okay, Darren. Darren is there. Yeah. Okay, Praveen, Syed, Rachana. Next, Anji. Okay, fine. So now you tell me. So for Darren, what kind of permission should we give? Same easy to only. Huh? For Praveen, S3 you want to give. Okay. For Syed, RDS. Huh? Okay. For Rachana, Beanstalk. For Anji, admin. Huh? Okay. Same monkey to monkey. Huh? Okay. So Anji, admin. So you know very well. Who has here permissions to create DB instances, databases? Huh? What? I'm asking who has permissions here to create databases? Syed and Anji. And Anji is anyways, he is a admin. So then what is the difference between root user and Anji? Yes or no? Root user has full permissions. Anji also has full permissions or not? He has the full permissions. But the big difference is Anji has full access except billing. Except what? Billing. Except billing. So obviously billing all your details, debit card, credit card details, Anji can see that. He's just an admin. Okay. So except billing. Except billing, Anji has everything access, all access. Okay, can I attach multiple policies to a single user? Yes. And then can I anytime attach and detach the policies? Attach, detach meaning here add or remove. So anytime I can give EC2 permissions to Darren, or anytime I can go and remove the permissions. Can I add another policies also? Can I add multiple policies also? Yes. So for IAM user, we can attach and detach policies or permissions anytime. Okay. So assume, so you all have the root accounts. Everyone has the root accounts, correct? So you all have the root accounts. Now I came to you and asked, hey, I want to access your account. I want to access your account. What will you do? What will you give it to me? Tell me. It's interesting, actually. Okay, I come to you. Riyaz sir came to you and asked, hey, Babu or Papa, I want to log into your account. I want to use your account. Tell me what will you do? Huh? Don't give? I'll remember it. So here two things, Nana. Will you create IAM user for me? Or as Riyaz sir is asking you, will you give your root email ID and password? Create a IAM user. Don't give the root your email ID and then password. Whoever it is your Riyaz sir also. It is your whoever it is. Whoever asked. If your baby asked, hey, give me the AWS account. Will you share your root credentials? Whoever it is, what you need to do? You need to give a IAM. You need to create a IAM user and password for them. Okay. So is it recommended to share your email ID and password to others? No. But here is a tricky interview question. It's very simple, but it's a little bit twisted. So is it possible to share your root account? The question, see? Is it possible to share your root account? What is your answer? Yes or no? Answer is yes. You share your root account. How? By creating a IAM user, not by sharing your email ID and password. Understood? So at any point of time, do not share your email and password to others. What is the best way, Nana? To create a IAM users. So here, don't share your email ID and password to others. So you can share your root account by creating what? Yes, you can share the root account by creating IAM user. Okay, another question. Is it recommended? Let's say, for example, you have joined the company and you're working on AWS. Now you tell me, is it recommended to log into AWS with your root account or with IAM accounts? So is it recommended to do all your daily activities with the root account or IAM account? Will you recommend to log into the root account for daily activities, for daily work? No, no way. So please remember, so for your daily activities or daily tasks, which users that you should log in as? IAM user, not the root user. Root user you created once, enough. What you need to do is you need to create a IAM users inside it and then log in with the IAM users. Because why I'm telling not to use the root account? Because root user has the full permissions. Root user has full permissions. So is it recommended to do your daily activities with the root account? No, it is not recommended. So which one you should use instead of that? It is not recommended to use root account for daily activities or work. Instead, use IAM user. Okay. Now I'm asking another question. Tell me honestly. You all have your root accounts, correct? Root account is nothing but your email ID and password. Tell me honestly, how many of you have your email ID and password saved in the browser? Most of the people have. Yes or no? If most of the people here has password saved in the browser. Yes or no? Most of the people, I think 80% of the people, because we are lazy fellows, no? We are lazy fellows. We don't remember the password. For that reason, what we do, browser will ask, hey, Babu, you want me to save the password? And you'll say, yes, because you think that you'll forget your password. Is that safe? Is that safe? It is not safe, but why did you save? Okay, sir. Chumma, sir. Huh? See, how much time for a hacker will take time to hack your password, which is stored in the browser? Very easily he can hack. So if he hack the password, email ID is there anyways, email and password is stored in the browser. If he hack, what will he do? He will log in with your email and password to the AWS account and do all kind of shit inside it. Yes or no? He might launch so many situations on behalf of you and get the bill for you. Is it safe or danger? It is 1000% danger, because, and that too, the password is very silly password that you keep it. I know what kind of password that you put. You and me at the rate 143. Huh? Me and my at the rate 143. I love my. Huh? So these kind of password you generally, yes or no? Today, your date of birth password. Huh? And then January 1st, something 2024 at the rate 2024. These kind of normal common passwords that many people will use to create, to use for the login. For that reason, for hacker, it will take only few little bit time, because he'll write a small program, permutations and combinations, so that randomly he try to put the password and the password will be matched with you, and he can log in, he can do anything in your account, because that is the root account. That is the root account. You're getting it? So is it recommended to save it? Okay. So assume that you are the only one person working inside the company. You are the only one cloud engineer. You are the only one cloud engineer, and you have set up everything in the company. As there are no one in your team, you are using the root account. If there is any team members, what we do, we'll create an IAM users. No, we'll create a IAM users. If you are the only one person, will you create an IAM user? Generally, what we do, you will continue with the root account only. So like this, you continue the root account, you worked every time, everything is good. And all of a sudden, your email ID password got hacked. Some hacker came and logged into your account, and then he has launched hundreds of machines. Will be charged or not? You need to pay that or not? So what you did is, you send an email to AWS saying that, hey Babu, AWS, looks like my account is hacked and I got $10,000 bill. Please do something. Will AWS will help on this? AWS will send a reply to you saying that, Abhay Haule, why did you store your email ID and password in the browser, first of all? And you admitted that, yes, it's my mistake. Okay, it's your mistake. What should I do? Should I waive off $10,000? It is lost for AWS, correct? So then you got angry and you send an email to AWS saying that, if email ID and a password got hacked, that meaning AWS is gone. Yes or no? Correct? No, valid points. If just an email and a password got hacked, which is the most common behavior for 80% of the human being, if just email and password got hacked, AWS is gone. That's it. Is that only the security for you? Then AWS has replied to you saying that, Abhay, oh, again, there is something called MFA. What is that? What is that? Multi-factor authentication. Say that. Multi-factor authentication. So as the name clearly says, multi-factor authentication. It is what is? It is authentication. What is that? Authentication. But how many times? Multiple times. Let's say you open the AWS console and you have put email ID and password. That is one authentication. Once you click on submit, generally it will log into the AWS account, but it will not log in now like this. If you configure MFA for your root account, for the account, what you need to do is, in your mobile phone, you need to download a software called Google Authenticator, an app. What's the app that you need to download on your phone? Say that. Google Authenticator. There are so many apps are available in the market. Google Authenticator is there, Microsoft Authenticator is there, or so many authenticators are there. But I'm also using, or most of the companies in real time, they use what? Google Authenticator, which is safe. So what you need to do is, you need to install Google Authenticator on your phone. On your phone. And then you need to configure MFA to your root account. Once you configure, on your phone, it will generate it's one-time password. It's like OTP. It will be a code will be there. A code will be there, which is valid only for 10 seconds. How many seconds? 10 seconds. So You need to, I'll teach you how to configure all these things. How it works is, you open the AWS console, you put your email ID and password, enter, and it will ask, Babu, enter MFA code. Then what you need to do, you open your phone, go to Google Authenticator, and it will display the code, and put the code into the console, and then log in. Now tell me, is it possible the phone will be hacked? If it is hacked also, the Google Authenticator OTP, which is valid for 10 seconds, will be hacked? Not possible. So once you set up MFA, now tell me, is it possible to hack your AWS account? No way. So this is how you secure your AWS account. Now tell me, do we have MFA for your root account? Do you have MFA for your root account now? You have a? You set up a? Okay, those you have set up is fine. For new people, those who have, do you have the MFA? No. So it is in danger condition or not? It is in danger. Your account is in danger now. So what we need to do is, we need to set up a MFA for your account. Understood? Okay, now the question here is, MFA is only for root account or for IAM users also? Only for root account or both? Answer is both. It is for the root. MFA should be assigned for your root user as well as IAM user, because I have created a, let's say, user called Darren, which has EC2 permissions. For Darren also, I need to set up MFA, no? So every individual persons in their mobiles, they'll have the Google Authenticator MFA need to be configured. As an AWS architect, as an AWS admin, for every user, MFA should be assigned in order to secure your account. You have assigned MFA for a root account and you forgot to assign MFA for your IAM user. Root account is yours only, no? IAM account is created in your account only, no? If IAM user is hacked and he do all that stuff, and then you are the one who will get affected. Correct? So MFA should be assigned for your root account as well as for your IAM account also. Both. So do you all agree that it's very important? Yes. What is the full form of MFA? Yes. Multi-factor authentication. So what is the app that you use, Nana? Google Authenticator. So don't worry. Once we start the practicals, I'll show you how to set up the MFA. Your account will be safe. Don't worry. Okay. So MFA is highly recommended for only root account or for root and both IAM? Both. MFA is highly recommended for root account and IAM user as well. So here we need to set up MFA for every individual IAM user. How does it work? Let's say for example, if you open AWS page, it will ask login with email ID and then password. After that, it will ask MFA code. Once you provide MFA code, then only you log into AWS console. So is this clear? Everyone? Online, is this clear? Super. Nice. Okay. Now, there are two ways to access AWS. How many ways are there to access AWS? Two ways. How many ways? Two ways. Number one, which you have already logging in. That is called console access. What access? So there are two ways, Nana. Number one is console access. You are logging to the AWS, no? You're opening the AWS console and you're putting email ID and password, or you can put username and password and you're logging in. What access is that? Console access. What access? Console access. And there is another access which is called programmatical access. What is that? Programmatical access. Example, how many steps are there to launch an EC2 instance? 7 steps. So you need to log into the AWS console and 7 steps will be there. Then only you can launch the EC2 instance. But whereas programmatical access through program also, or through code or through CLI. What is that? What is CLI? Command line interface. What is CLI? Command line. What is CLI, Nana? Here, if you go to command prompt, what is this? CLI. CLI meaning you are writing the commands. Linux is CLI based or not? Linux, everything, the blackboard is CLI. It can be a command prompt or it can be your Linux. So, Chitty, if you have Windows machine, what you do, you open the browser and you go log into the AWS console. But how do you access AWS from Linux machine? Correct, no? Question. Correct question, no? Yes or no? From Windows, you are logging into the AWS console through the browser, console access. But if you have Linux machine, can you open the browser? Not possible, no? There, what type of access that you need to use? Programmatical access. What access? Programmatical access. So in Linux, you need to install a software called AWS CLI. What's that? What is the software that you need to install? AWS. If you want AWS to access from the command prompt, now I have my Windows. This is my Windows machine or not? I open the command prompt. If I want to run AWS commands here, what is the software that I need to install first? AWS CLI. That can be on Windows and that can be also on Linux. But if you want to run AWS commands on Windows or on Linux, what is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI. Once you install AWS CLI, then only through commands you can access AWS. Okay, there are 7 steps to launch an EC2 instance, whereas in CLI, only once. Pazak. That meaning only one command you can launch the EC2 instance. Whereas in console, you have how many steps? 7 steps. But whereas in CLI, only one single line command you can launch the EC2 instance. In console, you have to do that click, this click, there, here, you need to go many places. But whereas in CLI, you need to write one command and easily, fastly, you can do a lot of work. So now you understand how many ways are there to access AWS? 2 ways. What are those? Console access, programmatical access. Programmatical access meaning what will come? CLI will come. And also, let's say through Python, can we launch EC2 instance? Answer is yes. Through Java, can you launch EC2 instance? Through .NET, can you launch an EC2 instance? Through code. What is this Java, Python, .NET, everything? It is a code only, no? Through the coding also, we can access AWS services. So there are 2 ways to access AWS. 2 ways. There are 2 ways to access AWS. What are the 2 ways, Nana? Say that. Console access and programmatical access. Console access and programmatical access. So console access meaning your AWS console website, correct? That is GUI. What is GUI? Graphical user interface. GUI meaning where you can open it, you can easily see all this and you can click it. Graphically, it will be available. And how are you logging to the console using? How you are logging to the console? Email ID and then password or excellent username and password. You need to say that other people. So how do you log into the console using? How you are logging to the console using? Email ID and password or username password. Email ID and password meaning what account is that? Root account. Username password meaning IAM account. So that is on the console access. Programmatical access meaning programmatical example is CLI. SDKs. What is that? What is SDK? Software Development Kit. What is that? software development. Let's say you are using Java. You are using Java. Let's say you are using Java. Does the Java knows AWS commands by default? No. Does the .NET knows AWS commands by default? No. So what AWS is doing is, hey, it's saying, hey, I will give you one kit. Install it. AWS will give you one kit. What kit is that? Software development. Whose kit? AWS kit. Once you install that kit in Java or .NET or Python, so this Java, .NET, Python, any programming language will identify AWS commands and you can access AWS. That means you can create, launch, do anything to AWS. So, but here, any kind of developer tools. So out of this, programmatical access meaning, which is the first thing that will come in our mind? CLI. Which one, Anna? CLI. Okay, see here. On console access, how are you logging to the console access? Using email ID and password. How you are logging to the console access? Using email ID and password or username and password. Programmatically also, you need to first authenticate, no? And by the way, what is the software that you need to install? AWS CLI needs to be installed. Okay, Nana. Now, what you do is, you open the command prompt or you open your Linux machine. This is the command prompt. Linux means also will look like the same thing or not? Yes. Now here, what is the software that you have installed first? AWS CLI you have installed. Very good. Once you install, you need to authenticate to AWS, no? Without authenticate, can you run the commands? Not possible. On console also, you're authenticating with email ID and password or username and password, then only you're logging into the console. Through programmatically also, once you install AWS CLI, you need to authenticate, no? There should be something like username and password, but we don't call username and password in programmatical access. We call it as access key, secret key. What's that? What's that? Access key, secret key. It is same like username and password, but we don't username and password we have used in the console access. No. So here we need to use what? What is it? You need to log in with what? Keys. What keys are those? Access key and secret key. Very, very, very important. So how are you authenticating using through the CLI? Through programmable access, how are you authenticating? Using keys. What keys are those? Access keys, secret keys. Access key is like username, secret key is like a password. You know, how does the access key and secret key look like? It looks like this. Access key, secret key. So access key looks like this. Some random. And secret key looks like this. Like this. Some random. Okay. Getting it? So can I say access key and secret key is one set? No. This is called one set. Yes or no? This is called one set. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, I created IAM user called small name. Give me Ankit. I create a IAM user called Ankit. See this carefully. Ankit. He is a IAM user. Okay. Tell me what kind of permission should you give to Ankit? EC2. Okay. So you created an IAM user called Ankit and he given what permissions? EC2. Now tell me, Ankit has how many types of access to access AWS? How many ways to access AWS? 2 ways. For Ankit also. For each and individual IAM user, every user has how many ways to access AWS? 2 ways. What are those? Console, programmatic. Yes or no? So you can go with console. How he is logging with the console? With the username and then password. Good. And here is programmatical. Programmatical meaning how he can log in using access keys and secret keys. Now tell me, when he open the console, what kind of permissions he has? EC2. When he logging programmatically also, what kind of permissions he has? So both console and programmatical has same permissions or different? Same permissions. Certification questions. You're getting it. But the problem here is, here you can set up MFA here for console access. Yes or no? Here at the moment, no MFA, because through Linux, no. Through Linux, there is no MFA. So it is very dangerous or not? So access keys and secret keys are very, very, very danger if you don't keep it safe. Console access, we can set up MFA. But access keys and secret keys, you don't have MFA. Now tell me, Ankit, Ankit, what he did was, he's a new employee. He joined my team, very new to AWS. You tell me, which kind of access will you provide to Ankit if he's new to AWS? Console or programmatic? Console, do you unnecessarily create programmatic access? Programmatic access is nothing but what? Giving the keys. We need to create access keys and secret key to Ankit. As he is new to AWS, if you put this access key, secret key somewhere in internet, what will happen? No, there's no MFA. If access key, secret keys are hacked, unnecessarily that guy will go and do all kind of jintak there. Getting it? So will you create the access keys and secret keys unnecessarily? If there is a requirement, then only create a access keys and secret keys. Unnecessarily, don't create. Is it mandatory that every user will need to have access key, secret key? It's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. You getting it? And access key, now I have 10 IAM users. How many? 10 IAM users. All 10 IAM users will have the same access key, secret key, or different? Different, no. Every individual person need to have their own access key secret. Would you share the access key secret key to others? If Ankit has shared his access key and secret to some other person, if he is accessing it, he is nothing but Ankit only, no? If he have done something really bad, who will be blamed? Ankit will be blamed. Because whose keys are those? Ankit. So you understand how important the access keys and secret keys are? Unnecessarily don't create it. And remember, maximum, okay, I'll give you one scenario. You have your home, no? Flat rooms. Huh? So while coming in, what you do? You put the lock and came, right? How many keys you have? How many keys you have? 2 keys, no? Why 2? Generally, why do we have 2? If one lost, you have other, or for spare, right? Here also, one IAM user can have maximum how many set of keys? 2 set of keys. Do you ask why? Do you ask why? Not required. So if you have one set, this access key and secret key, that's why I call it as here one set. These two are, this is one set. Access key and secret key. Like this, again, you have another set, access key, secret key. So how many maximum set of keys that you can have? 2 set of keys. Remember, whenever you're creating access keys and secret keys, listen this carefully. Whenever you're creating the access key and secret key, there is in AWS, in IAM console, there will be a button called create keys. What you need to click on that create keys button, and it will generate access key, secret key. Now that dialog box, that window will be displayed only for one time. Only for one time. So that access key secret, access, not access key, the secret meaning password. The secret key will be visible only for one time only. If you clicked on that window, can you retrieve the secret key? Gone. If there is no secret key, is there any use of access key? Illa. Right? So what you need to do? Delete it and then recreate it. If you delete and recreate it again, will you get the same keys back or new keys? New keys. Old keys, can you retrieve it? No, it's gone. It's gone. So once keys are lost, it is lost. Can you retrieve it? No. Can you regenerate it? Regenerate. Regenerate, you can regenerate. You can create creating a new keys is nothing but regenerate. Can you regenerate it? But can you retrieve the old keys back? You understand the concept of the keys? So keys, why I'm pressing this much is it's very important to know about the keys. Understood? So how many ways are there to access AWS? Two ways. What are those? Console access and programmatic. How do you log into the console? Email and password or username and password. How do you log into the programmatic access? Using keys. What keys? Access key, secret key. Console and programmatical both have the same permissions or different? Same permissions. And then keys are user specific or group specific? Users. Every individual person will have their own keys. So how many maximum keys you can have? 2. And will you create the keys unnecessarily? If you have requirement, then only create it. Once keys are lost, it is lost. Can you retrieve it back? Can you regenerate it? You can regenerate it. When you regenerate, will you get the same keys back or new keys? New keys. I'll ask one question. Certification question. I will not repeat the question. Listen carefully and answer it. Okay. The tune will come only for one time. Repeat not. So, congratulations. You have set up a new company. In this company, you got a new project which is related to AWS. And you have hired 50 people in your project. You are the AWS engineer. Your junior came and asked you to create a AWS account. You went and created access keys and secret key for the user. But the user is not able to log into the console. Why? Hmm? Hmm? No. See, again, please repeat question. I'll repeating the last one. If I repeat the last one, then you will answer it. You have created access keys and secret keys for the IAM user, but the IAM user is not able to log into the console. Why? Huh? Huh? You're coming slowly. Huh? Huh? Okay, you're coming. Okay, so I'll answer it. You answered a little bit right. Can you log into the console with access keys and secret keys? You are logging to the console using what? Email ID and password or username and password. Can you log into the console with access key secret keys? So what he did, he created access key secret keys and user will log into the console. Can he log in? So Ria sir will not be there in your certification to explain the question like this. Okay, so you need to clearly read it and try to understand and answer it. Okay, can you log into the console using keys? Can you log into the CLI using username and password? Can you log into the CLI using keys? Can you log into the console using access keys and secret keys? Can you log into the console with username and password? Can you log into the console with email ID and password? Can you log into the .NET using username and password? No. So can you use Python with access keys and secret keys? Answer is yes. Understood. So this cross not possible. Understood? Super. Good. So we have discussed quite a lot. Let me write all those things here. So do you all agree that keys are user specific? Individual users need to have their own keys. Keys are user specific. Individual users, individual IAM user have their own keys. Is it recommended to share the keys? It is not recommended to share the keys to create the keys based on the requirement. Don't create it unnecessarily. Keys also has the same permission like console. How many maximum set of keys per IAM user? Once keys are lost. Yes. Once keys are lost, it is lost. You cannot get the same keys back. But you can regenerate n number of times. If you regenerate, will you get the same keys or new keys? If you regenerate, you will get the new keys. You cannot get the old keys back. So I'm telling you not to use root account. You need to use what account? IAM account. Is it good to use root account keys? Root account keys. I'm telling not to use the root account itself. Should I tell you to use the root account keys? Do not create or don't use it. Don't create keys and use the keys of the root account. Is it clear? Clear, everyone? Online, is it clear enough? Online is just clear. Super. Can we create, sir, can we create keys for root account? Do you see I wrote in red color? You can create keys for the root account, but is it recommended? I'm asking not to create keys for, not to use the root account itself. Why should I tell to create keys for the root account? No, not. You can, but not good. Okay. So now we have the concept called IAM groups. What is that? IAM groups. So generally, what is a group? Group. Collection of people. Group meaning what? Collection of people. So here, what groups are these? IAM groups. So IAM group is a collection of IAM users. Okay, now we have this much group here, big group, offline group, and online is also there. So if I want to give something, is it possible for me to give individually or it is good to group it and say? Group it, no? So giving the individual things is very time taking. So here, for example, I create a IAM user here. So we have IAM users. Give me the names fatapat this time. Huh? Huh? Ajay, huh? Shubham, Jaya, Vijay, Lakshman. Okay. Veera Narasimha Reddy. No. Veera Venkaya. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. So we have these users. Tell me here, what kind of permissions for Ajay? Okay. Shubham, S3. Please change the format. Yeah. For Jaya, Lambda. Next, Vijay. Such a big one. Give me short ones, no? Route 53. Lakshmana? Ah, no. I'll give IM. Now I'll ask you one question here. Okay. So, who has permissions here to create IM users? Yes or no? Who has permissions to set up programmatical access? Lakshman. So remember, if you have any questions that this person can do or not, remember you need to check the permissions. If he has permissions, he can do. Simple as. IAM. Lakshman is an IAM user. An IAM user can create another IAM user? Possible. If he has permissions, he can. He has IAM permissions and he can do anything on IAM. Okay, remember. Okay, now give me one more service. You know the service, no? One more. CloudWatch. And next. EBS is not a service. Okay, VPC, for example. So because I'm just wanted to hear the service from you. So you remember, no? Okay, so let's say, for example, I want to give VPC access to everyone. You tell me, is it how many users are there at the moment here? 5. If you have 50, is it possible for me to go to individual persons and add VPC policy? So what do you do for that? Create a group. IAM group. So you create a group, and to the group you give what? Okay, let's say what group you create here. Let's say, for example, group name, DevOps group, for example. Give some group name. And for this group, what kind of permissions will you give? VPC permissions. And what will you do is you attach all these users to this group. Attach all these users to the group. If you attach all these users to the group, what will happen? So individual will get what permissions? VPC permissions will be inherited. Yes or no? Every person will get the VPC permissions. Now tell me, if the users are added to the group, their individual permissions will be lost? No. Individual permissions will not be lost, but additionally, group level permissions will be inherited. Group level permissions will be inherited. Got it? No? Super. Okay. Can I create another group called admin group? Yeah, I can create an admin group. And then here, give name. Okay, we have Vijay. Vijay was there already. Jaya is also there. Darren. Darren and Ankit. So these two people, can I add it to admin group? Yes. Yes, I can add these two people to the admin group. Understood, Nana? So like this, you can create the groups. Okay, now is it possible to create group under group? Not possible. Remember, group under group, it's not possible to create. You create a group DevOps, that's it. And then what do we do to the group? You create a group, add all the users to the group and give the permissions to the group. That's it. Okay, now is it possible to create keys to the group? keys are individual user specific. No, will you create a group level keys? Not possible. So while creating group, you give the permissions and then attach the users there. That's it, is the group. It's very simple. So what is an IAM group? IAM group is a collection of IAM users. Question. For one user, maximum how many policies you can attach is 10. How many policies you can attach? Like EC2, S3. For one person, how many policies you can attach? 10 maximum. For group also, how many maximum policies? 10. Now tell me, one person can be in multiple groups at the same time? Yes. One person can be in DevOps, one person can be in support, one person can be also in testing. So one person can be in multiple groups at the same time. Another question. If I create a brand new IAM user, by default, any permissions or policies will be attached there? No. By default, nothing will be there. Who need to do? We need to go and attach the policies. Clear? Should I write all these things that we have discussed? Write down. So IAM group. So what is IAM group? It's a collection of IAM users. Group under group possible, Nana? Group under group are not possible. That meaning nested groups are not possible. Is it possible to attach multiple policies to a single IAM user? Yes. How many? Super. It is possible to attach multiple policies to the IAM user and groups also. How many, Nana? Maximum 10. Can we add and remove the policies to the IAM users and groups anytime? Yes. You can add, remove policies to the IAM users and groups anytime. If you attach any IAM user to the group, their individual permissions will be lost? No, group level permissions will be inherited, added or inherited. If you attach any IAM to the IAM group, IAM user individual policies remains same and the new permissions will be inherited to the IAM user from the group. Here's question, sir, who can add or remove IAM users? Tell me. Anyone who has IAM permission, simple as. It can be admin, it can be IAM user, it can be anything. Make sure that he has the permissions. If he has IAM permissions, he can do that. Can you assign keys to the IAM users? Okay, there is question. Root user, question mark. Root user can add, can create anything, can create and delete. He is the master of the account. He can do anything. Root user, for root user, do you need to have separate policies attached? No. By default, he is a super user. He has full permissions. But do you recommend to log into the root account? To use the root account? No. So which one we need to use? IAM account. So in my team, I have 10 people. So for one people, I have given EC2 permissions, S3, Lambda like this. And for one person, I have given IAM permissions. Now tell me, only that person will have access to manage the IAM. He can the only one who can create users, delete users, add policies, remove policies, whatever it is related to IAM. So if the IAM user has IAM policies, IAM permissions, he can do everything. So you cannot assign or create keys for the group. So keys are only IAM specific, IAM user specific, yes or no? Keys are only for IAM users, not for IAM groups. Group level policies are nothing but IAM group. Be sure. Today, one IAM user can be attached to multiple groups at the same time. An IAM user can be attached to multiple groups at the same time. So simply here, IAM group meaning IAM groups are used to assign policies to the bunch of IAM users at the same time. That is the definition. A brand new IAM user has any permissions attached? No. Brand new IAM user will not have any permissions or policies attached by default. How many policies can be attached to IAM group? Margaret is asking. What is your answer, guys? Very good. 10. Is it clear, everyone, till here? Okay. So now let us talk about these permissions. Permissions are nothing but policies. Yes or no? Generally, what is a policy? What is a policy? Rules. What does the policy contain? Rules, permissions, set of permissions. We call it as policies. So here also, policies contain permissions. What's that? Policy contain permissions. No, this policy, very important certification contain certification question. Policies or permissions are written in JSON format. Which format? Pakka certification question. Which format? Your policies are written in which format? JSON format. You don't need to know the full form of JSON. JavaScript, orientation, notation. Now no one will ask. Okay. So your policies are written in which format or which language? JSON. JSON. Okay. JSON is not a big rocket science. And by the way, you no need to learn separately JSON. I'll tell you before I go to the topic. Here, you are giving EC2 permissions, S3 permissions, Lambda permissions, Route 53 permissions. Like this, for every service you are giving the permissions, correct? Was that full permissions or read-only permissions? Right? There is a question right here. There is a question. So generally, AWS will give like this. For EC2, he will give EC2 full access or EC2 read-only access. So generally, your permissions will be either full access or read-only access. Either you select EC2 full access or either you select EC2 read-only. Or you select S3 full access or S3 read-only. Or you select RDS full access or read. Generally, AWS will give you these kind of policies. Okay, now these policies are two types. There are two types of policy. How many types of policies? Policies are two types. Number one, we call it as managed policy. Say that. Managed policy. And second one, we call it as inline policy. What is that? There are two types of policies. What are those? Managed policy, inline policy. Managed policy meaning, Chitty, by default, AWS has the policies, default policies, which is managed and created by AWS. What are those called? Managed policy. What is managed policy? Which are created and managed by AWS, like EC2 full access, EC2 read-only access. Like this, by predefined policies will be there. Those are created and managed by AWS. But let's say, for example, for Ajay, you have given EC2 permissions. Let's say you have given EC2. But what I want is, I don't want to give full permissions. and I don't want to give read only. I want only Ajay to just stop the EC2 instance and start. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. These type of customized, policies AWS will give by default. Whose requirement is that? Our requirement, no. For that reason, we need to create the policies by ourselves. So if we are creating and managing the policies, those policies are called inline policies. What policies? Inline. Inline policies meaning created and managed by customer. Or you can call it as customer managed policy. Which one? Customer managed policy. So there are how many types of policies, Nana? 2 types. What are those? Managed policy. What is managed policy? Created and managed by AWS. So we call it as predefined policies. What is another policy? Inline policy. What is inline policy? Created and managed by customer. Can you say it is customized policy? Or you can say customer managed policy. What is it, Nana? Customer managed policy. So there is a question, sir. If we do any work in IAM user with full permissions, due to this IAM user, if root user may get bill or not. IAM is not one time free. Free. So whatever you do in IAM is completely free, no bill. Okay. So policies are written in which format? JSON format. So I still remember in my days, few years back only. In a few years back, when maybe few years back, meaning 10 years back. When we were new to AWS, we still remember we used to write a policies a lot where companies were hiring those who know JSON. Just their job is to write the policies only. Recently, few months back only, I wrote 950 lines of policy. Policy is all about key pair value. What is that? Key pair. It's not a big rocket science to know. JSON is very easy. So every company started hiring JSON developers, those who know JSON, because they need to write the policy. Later, what AWS did was every customer says that, hey, Babu, for your IAM policy itself, we are hiring, we need to have a very big team. For that, AWS came up with something called, and he said, you no need to hire a separate developers for this, for writing JSON. I will give you one tool. I'll give you one tool. And the tool name is Visual Editor. What's that? Or Policy Generator. Or what is that? Visual Editor or Policy Generator. Visual Editor or Policy Generator. So you open the Visual Editor and you select it. Tikku. That's it. Just tick what you need. And if you click on JSON, automatically JSON code is generated. The tool, you have the checkboxes. Whatever you need, select the actions. Create user, create group, create policy, what? Select all these things and automatically JSON code will be generated. Okay. So what is it here? Tool, Visual Editor or Policy Generator. What does this do? It will generate the JSON code automatically. JSON code is generated automatically. So you no need to worry or you no need to learn separately JSON to write the IAM policies. I'll show you in practicals how to write the IAM policies and all. Don't worry on that. Okay. And let's say, for example, I have Ankit. I have an IAM user called Ankit. Does the Ankit has any permissions? by default? No. But what Ankit, but what I want Ankit is to do only few actions in EC2, not every action. For that, I need to write a policy or not? So I need to write, I'm writing a policy and then I'll be attaching it to Ankit. But in policy, I need to tell that, hey, this policy is for Ankit, no? In that policy, I need to tell to the policy, this is for Ankit. So Ankit meaning a IAM user. Can I say ANKIT, ANKIT simply? Can the policy, JSON policy will understand ANKIT? No. For that, you have something called ARN. What's that? Amazon Resource Name. What is that? Amazon Resource Name. Pakka certification question. What is ARN? Say that one more time. So every IAM user will have ARN. Every group will have ARN. Every policy will have ARN. For every resource, there will be ARN. In policies, resources are identified with ARN. So in policies, resources are identified using ARN. In policies, resources are identified using ARN. So in certification question, so see, my old batch people, after they write the certification, they came and they told to me like this. Sir, there was a certification question called ARN, sir. Then, it's clear, no, you know, right? Yes, sir. But we put the wrong answer, sir, unfortunately. Are, what is there to put the wrong answer? What is ARN? Amazon Resource Name, no. Now clearly you said. But you know what they put? Amazon Resource Number. In certification, they have Amazon Resource Name, Amazon Resource Number, Amazon Resource something, Amazon something number. So out of those, they got confused. Name a number. They got confused and they did inky pinky punky and they put number. For you also, you'll get confused like this. But not to get confused, I'll tell you one small chitty story. It will get injected in your brains. Boys, let's say you are in bus stop and you saw a nice girl. I'm complimenting. There's nothing. Girls are nice. Don't think I'm RGB. Normal. So you saw a nice girl. And if you go to her and ask, give me your number, will she give the number? What she'll give? Slap. Yes or no? But if you tried multiple times, will she give the name? Yes. Nema, numbera. Number meaning? Slap. Remember, in certification courses also, Amazon Resource, number meaning slap. Put a hand on your cheek. So Amazon Resource Name, not number. So if you try, you will get name, not number. Remember that. Good, no? Somehow you need to remember it. Okay. After 1 week, I'll ask the same question. What is the full form of ARN? Amazon Resource Number. Now you're saying name. Huh? Both are not same. Huh? So Amazon Resource Name. Very good. Okay, I'll stop it here. Okay. So is it clear, Nana? Till here, everyone? Right? So today, you see how deeper we are going? Actually, if you take other people's classes, directly on first day, they will show how to create IAM user. But for the IAM group itself, I have given one entire paint, all the question and answers. For that reason, our students are toppers in any kind of exams. Because that is the maximum level of deeper level we are going for each and every topic. Understand? Huh? Format for ARN, I'll show you in the practical, Ravindra. Okay, good. Any questions, Nana? Otherwise, take the... There is question. Sir, could you please tell any IAM group name format. There is nothing format for group. Just give the name. It will ask group name is equal to text box will be there. You can give any name. When practicals will start? So probably this week itself, maybe. Sir, my Google Classroom link is not working. It says Classroom doesn't exist and Telegram is expired. So check with Srikandana Manali. Yes. Okay. Take the screenshots. Be careful. వెనక వాళ్ళు సరదా సరదాకే okay. Yes, Ganesh will do. Okay, ma. Great. Online, can you give me the final CC for today, please? CC with smile. Nice. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next continuation of this IM. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Good night.